Welcome to another episode of Social Strategies, where we talk about strategies to help you in your social media. I am a famous YouTube star, Javier, and here's famous Instagram star.
Thanks. Very generous, very generous. Hi, I'm Shelby Lehman, and I have the Instagram marketing for realtors.
Before we begin, I have to get something off my chest.
Okay.
So, and I didn't prepare you for this,
Okay.
but I'm ready. So I just had lunch in downtown Phoenix to this great taco place, and I paid like $20 for 3 tacos and 1 horchata. It was horrible.
Wow.
I want to start a new campaign. If you want to eat great tacos, you're going to have to go to a rougher part of town, but it's worth it. No one should pay that much for tacos in a ritzy ditzy place and have it be mediocre. So I've actually been going to Mexico a lot recently, just like you have, and I've fallen in love with real authentic tacos. So if I ever catch you at a taco shop, don't talk to me unless we are in I want to say rougher part of town, but I want to say where I grew up, which is in what should I say it? The Hispanic side of town. So do not be afraid. Go to your local taco shop. That's all I got to say.
Can you spat out a really good taco shop right now so that people can Google Maps it?
If it has a location, it's probably not a good taco shop.
That's
Because they have
That's a good
overhead.
qualifier.
They have overhead. Taco carts. If you want tacos, you know what cabeza is?
No.
It's a head meat.
Head meat?
Well, I don't know what the actual term is. A great place for that would be 35th and Van Buren
Okay.
Avenue. Yes, I know that's. I see the fear in your eye already. Just
Hey,
kidding.
I lived at near 19th Ave one time.
Okay.
So.
The other one is, well, we shouldn't talk about specifics because these people are listening all over the world. Anyways,
Okay. If you're ever
taco
in
shop.
Phoenix,
Hit
35th
me up.
Ave and Van Buren.
And it would let me know. Just send me a DM. I'll send you all the good spots.
Okay.
But anyways,
Now to the topic we're actually having
yes,
this episode
sorry.
about.
2 minutes wasted. Go ahead and introduce the topic.
So we've already done the topic of stuff that we've posted on YouTube or Instagram that we thought was going to go really well and just kind of bond. And so now we're going to talk about what we've actually posted, and the audience has responded really well to it. We were kind of surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I think this has happened to everyone before.
So first and foremost, what are you determining is well? Like views? Is a business created? What is well?
Yeah. Well, a lot of times it's very hard to find out what specific client I've received because of a specific piece of content.
Mm-hmm.
They hardly reference that. They reference just the entire like Instagram that I have in general because they've been following me for a while. But kind of like how I determine what's well, and this actually changed because of Lizzie's advice, is how many saves has a photo received, how many new followers, and how many profile visits and clicks to website I've received because of a post. I typically post just photos, not videos. And so many people get caught up on how many likes and comments, and they think that that is the best form of engagement. But I think those factors are a better indicator of potential business coming from a post.
So it's not like you're looking at more engaging things, not just likes on the post.
Yeah, like the indicators of stronger engagement. Like a like is you can do that driving by on the feed. A comment is even a better indicator that they felt strong about that post. But for someone to actually save that post to refer back to later, that's a really strong indicator that they really found value or really liked that post. And then obviously, if they check out my profile, then I must have done something right or something really wrong. But at least I got their attention to where they checked out my profile. And then clicks to website. Obviously, that's an indicator that they want more from me.
Mm-hmm.
And then same with if they decide to follow me.
Who the hell left their freaking phone on?
Rookie.
For freaking professionals here.
Okay, so what about?
Before we get, I want to hear what your most popular is. But I recently started getting into more fitness, and I'm finding myself saving posts for the first time in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Do people actually save things? And if you don't get
100%.
saves, who's saving pictures and videos?
People planning for a wedding, for sure.
So do you need to change your content so it's more savable at that point? If you're supposed to,
I think it is a very good strategy to create content with the idea of, okay, I want to entice people to save this post, which
then it has to be educational, right? No one's
educational,
unless
definitely.
you're a creep and you save pictures of like, I don't know. You said you gotten some weird saves on weird things before.
just like post with me and my fiance.
Yeah,
but
so
I don't know, for whatever reason they might have been saving that, but I definitely get the most saves on the educational content, and not just like, you have to be very specific. Like for you, it's talking about the dimensions that you need for the videos that you post on YouTube, like the dimensions that perform the best, like all those really kind of nerdy specifics. Oftentimes people will see that and they'll want to save it because they'll be like, okay, I need to save this to reference later.
Okay.
That type of content generally gets the most saves.
Well, to correct you, I've actually, this Christmas, I was doing a lot of deep dives in here as I was doing nothing. I think my Instagram, I'm kind of changing it up where I'm not focusing on giving value to other video creators anymore. I'm just going all in on, my YouTube is clearly for home buyers. And I'm always nervous to post something home buyer educational related in my Instagram for some reason, but I do it on my YouTube well. So that's why I'm going to do it on my Instagram. So for me, it would probably be like a clip of my video or a post talking about inspections. I know it's cheesy, but
So
that gets more saves.
Did you say that you don't want to
I'm
be
going
educational?
To start.
Oh, you're going to
because
start.
I wasn't. I've been fighting it for the last year or 2 years. But
Well, I think making sure that it's even a little bit of a different spin than from your videos, because you probably are going to have a lot of home goal homies who want to follow you on Instagram to see more pictures of your family too.
yeah, of course.
And then,
But those aren't going to get saves. So
well, you never know. But yeah, the educational piece I think is good. And you even got a call recently too from someone from Instagram, and that was new for you. So making sure you're serving, I think, both clients.
So let's get to it. So I want to hear what's been your most popular post,
Okay.
and what's the one that's been getting you the most business.
Okay.
You probably should have had it ready. Do you have it ready?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I have it
'Cause I
up.
don't have mine ready.
Way to deflect.
Yeah.
So one post that has had the most reach, I have boosted this just so everyone's aware. I
At what
was a
point do you
big
boost
baller and
something?
put $10 towards it.
At what point do you boost something?
If I see organic, certain like things that I'm tracking, like the follows, the saves, if I see any of those indicators when it's just like an organic post, no monies to it, that's when I boost it. I'm never going to boost a piece of content that's not already showing those. But it's this picture that I posted on September 16th, 2019. And it was, how does one not talk with their hands? And it was a photo of me talking with my hands to a camera. And then it was, all right, let's talk video dimensions that you need to know. And I gave them all the specific video dimensions that they need for Instagram feed posts versus story posts versus like the highlight covers, those dimensions.
Which, if you want to see this picture, it'll be on our video, I'm assuming, picture right now. It'll be on the screen. If you're listening to this,
pull it up.
there it is. If you're listening to the audio, you can just pull it up on our
It's that one.
YouTube page. That's a pretty good picture.
Thanks. It's a high quality image, and it's not just like me smiling either. I think it's a different perspective because it's kind of it is a candid shot. Actually, I didn't know they were taking a photo, and I was just like talking with my hands as normal. But I went into really specifics as far as the dimensions, and I even say click the bookmark icon above to save this. So I even like
you told them to save it. That's a cheater. That's cheating.
Well, yeah, for Facebook, I probably would have been penalized for that, but I don't think Instagram is doing that yet.
So you, in this post, you decided to put all the dimensions of what the proper.
The proper sizing for any kind of Instagram post.
So it was an educational post hidden as a candid shot on something.
Yep. Yeah, a video was being filmed of me, and then someone decided to take a picture of that process, and so I kind of just flipped it around. I opened with a little bit of humor in the beginning, and then went straight educational. And I got, let's see, how many saves on that photo. It's loading again, but it was something like, 57 saves, bookmarks for that photo. 577 visits to profile. But what I find really interesting is that of the almost 8,000 people reached, 84% were not following me. I got that from a budget of $10 that I boosted that post. I think that's pretty damn good.
So some important things to add about that is that it's not people love to put on Instagram, including myself, this like planned photo of you smiling and the dog behind you or something.
Yeah.
That's a candid photo. It doesn't appear to be very, what's the word I'm looking for? like you're trying to act like you're cool, right?
Uh-huh.
Second thing, it's educational. People are actually getting value out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think your humor helps?
Mildly. I always joke that I don't get clients because of my personality.
That's true.
Because I get value.
Yeah, okay. So that got you business?
Well, it got me a ton of attention. So I think really this kind of stuff just plays a role in the overall bigger picture of getting business. Do I think that one person, this was their first, literally only experience with me, and then they're like, yeah, I'm going to call her right now. I don't think that happens. I think it's someone it's over time. Someone if you consistently give value and show up and create that trust, then that creates a client. So it's really hard to track what one post did all of that. You can only track like what one post led to the click to website, which then led to the phone call.
Would you say I'm your most popular client or more give you most deals? Probably not, right? I'm your most pain in the ass client. Anyways, you want to know how you got me as your client on your Instagram?
Yes.
It was not an ad. It was your stories. Your stories where you always add value and you always seem to be in the same spot, but you're always giving some kind of like tidbit. Like I think recently it was something about do with, damn, put me on the spot. I just forgot.
You put yourself on the spot. Let's just be clear about that.
I know. I put myself
You're not
on
the
the
first
spot.
person that's told me that it's the stories.
Uh-huh.
And that's why I generally lead with the advice. Your feed photos convert someone into a follower, but your stories are going to convert someone into a client.
Yeah. Recently you did the one where you recommended people take various pictures of themselves and change outfits and stuff like that. If you
For photo shoots.
For photo shoots. But yeah, that's those little nuggets or make you seem like, damn, she knows what she's talking about. And it's not like basic, like, hey, how to get more followers. Like, no, it's like, hey, this has helped me.
Little tidbits.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I think when you make a mistake, like our podcast, like you keep banging the table, which Skylar told us not to, and you keep doing it. It's the stuff like that makes you look like more like approachable. Like
Thanks.
It's not perfect, and hopefully they don't edit these mistakes out. Because I think when I make a mistake in my videos, I keep it going because that's just me. And people have told me it's those things like help you connect with other.
Yeah.
So when you're shooting and you don't have the perfect angle, and sometimes you mess up a word or something, you keep going. That helps. Whereas Instagram, people think they have to be perfect all the time, and I disagree with that.
Yeah, I disagree with that as well. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, YouTube.
So you two or YouTube?
You too. About YouTube, though.
Right.
What have you posted on YouTube that you didn't have high hopes for, but the audience loves it?
So my claim to fame is what I call the Big Daddy, my number one video as of right now, which is late January. It's at 255,000 views, 358 comments, 5,481 likes, and 148 dislikes. Have in that specific in the last 28 days. It's basically my number one at retention. For some reason, YouTube loves that video and it promotes it, and that's how people start watching me. That was my first one that I did not think it was going to blow up. So by this time, I have already started 4 channels and failed at them miserably. I was starting them for the wrong reason. I did the real estate show. I did all that basic crap that all realtors do. Looking at you. I'm looking at the camera, not anyone here. All this basic stuff, right? Just every realtor I know does that, and I did it too. What finally set me off was like, you know what? I'm going to actually invest in my camera, and I invested in a little G7X, and then I did 2 videos, and they were doing crap. And I remember, I've said this story before, I was on Facebook, I saw somebody like trying to scam people off down payment assistance and all kinds of stuff, and I was literally mad, and I turned on my camera, and I said, I'm going to talk to that camera like it's my client. And because it was working, these ads were working, and they were luring people into talking to these realtors. And I've always never liked the real estate industry or many realtors. But I've always hid it on camera. I always wanted to be very friendly. When I finally let my guards down and I said, listen, this is the real cost of buying a house. It's like, and I explained the different programs, the down payment assistance, whatnot. I posted it, I left it. And surprisingly, like in 2-3 months, I went back to it and I had 1,000 views. And at the time, it's not a lot, but I was like, oh my God, something's working with this video. It's not the best edited video. The thumbnail is just me looking goofy, and I put 0% down, first time home buyers, which everyone does. But something about that video made people click on it. My shirt's not the best. I look kind of scraggly. Maybe that's all that was the reason why. But it just started kicking off. And when YouTube, you have to have one video that goes semi-viral that YouTube will push in order for your channel to work. Right now, if I look at my stats for this specific video, which I had pulled up, but I just took it off. My discovery rate is 75 in the last 28 days. 75.9% is from suggested videos. You know what suggested videos is?
Yeah, that's on the side.
Oh, yeah, you do. Just want to be sure. Yep. 11% is from browse. Everybody thinks that people find videos on browse. That's not the case. So people aren't finding me for looking me up. It's getting to that point now when now it's getting a little bigger. But people are finding me because they happen to be on YouTube. And I initially piggybacked off the success of the other realtors that were established channels. And they're helping me. So
Gotcha. Do you think any of that is also because of certain tags that you've used in the videos?
So that's what people always ask me. They go like, what tags are you using?
I know
what
I'm always
thumbnails?"
getting asked this too.
Dude, tags, I'd literally type what you would type. Zero down payment assistance, real estate, Phoenix Realtor, Phoenix Real Estate. I would look up, I put myself in the eyes of a buyer and I look up what I think people would, how would they find that video? What would they have to look up? I look it up and I look at what other people are putting and I kind of use that. Like if someone did a video called Zero Down, I'll do that on there. But my tags are not special. There's no... That's why I feel bad when people ask me, like, what's the secret? There's no secret. I just got lucky. And once I figured it out, I kept doing it. And as I kept doing it, the money I got from ad revenue, I would invest it. Instead of going and eating something real nice, like nice tacos, I will just invest it into a lens or a camera or a mic. And now I have like a really nice setup, but because I've invested into it.
Would you say that first video that you posted...
That was the third video I actually did.
Third? Okay. Where you're like, my shirt doesn't look that nice. But is the audio quality really good?
No, and I can't watch it right now because I just start cringing. I just, like, why did I do that cut? Why did or when you, like, someone's talking a video and you're done, and you stay there for like a millisecond, that means it wasn't cut right where it needed to. So I see a lot of that stuff. But it doesn't matter. People like the video.
Yeah.
Now with my videos, I'll edit them. I'll edit them once. And then once I cut them the way I want, sorry, I hit the mic. Once I cut I cut the audio how I want it, then I'll go back and then I'll add the little words that pop up. But as I'm watching it, I might cut some other things that were unnecessary. So my 30-minute raw footage turns into about 10 to 15 minutes. And then from that point, I don't watch it again. I post it. If there's a mistake on it, whatever. There's one video that's my third most popular video where I put real ass Tate. And it's still there, but you know what? It's up there. I don't want to think about it anymore. I just want to interact with the comments. And people don't even post a video because they're so afraid of how they look and they feel.
You can always take a video down if you need to.
No, don't do that. Why would you do that? I have some really terrible videos.
Well, I'm saying that's like a security blanket, though. Like just knowing that if for some reason it rarely ever happens, but I think that's good to remind people here and there. Like,
you find yourself in my situation now where I'm remaking videos because I didn't like the way I did them, but they have like 40,000 or 30,000 views.
They don't want to delete those.
I don't want to delete them, but I'll put a new one and I'll talk about the same thing because guess what? Those viewers that watch that one are not watching my newer ones because they already bought houses. And so that's what worked for me. Another one that was kind of a banger was one where I made a terrible editing mistake. These guys probably understand. I did the video. I had a separate mic. But when I was editing, I guess I had the volume too low. So what I did is I turned up the mic volume in editing so I could hear myself, but my computer volume was too low. So I turned up the mic too loud. So it was called A Timeline for Buying a House. I could play a little clip of it so you can see how bad the audio is. I was finished with it, and I hated it. I was like, Mercy, my wife, check out this audio. Is it bad? And in my ears, she's like, oh, it's fine, it's fine. I'm like, no, it's terrible. Let's see if we can hear it.
Another real estate video. This is Javier Vidana, and today's video is once again not necessarily.
So it's not. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to these little things, and I just hate the audio. That's my second most popular video. It has 93,000 views.
What was the subject?
A timeline for buying a house.
See, I've always heard that people will forgive bad lighting, but they'll never forgive bad audio.
I said that, and I don't know why people. I guess it's not too bad, but for an audiophile or
for someone who's used to editing videos is gonna know.
And I put my comment. I put as soon as I posted it, guys, I'm sorry the video was too high. I can remake it if you guys would like to.
Yeah.
Dude, that's my second. I wish I can go back in time and just slap myself. Hey, turn the volume down.
What date was this posted, just so people can go back and?
It's called A Timeline for Buying a House. I'm wearing a fire green shirt It fits me too small.
A fire green shirt.
No, it's green. Fire is like what the young people say. Like it's really cool. She's young, but she has a mind of like a 55-year-old. Where did I see the time? I don't know. Let's see.
Date?
I know, but I'm on the YouTube Studio.
Is this your first time on YouTube?
I'm on the YouTube Studio app. Okay, it's different. I'm gonna change that.
What is the YouTube Studio app?
If
is
you
that for
are
creators?
a content creator, you can have it where you can see more analytics. You can see your comments. You can do more things like that. I'm gonna open this up on the YouTube app though. Anyways, while I find that, do you have any comments?
What else? What other content I found that surprisingly performs well on my channel, but you have to use it sparingly, I think, is posting stuff. This is almost embarrassing, but I don't like to take myself too seriously, but I made this one post right in the beginning when I had my Instagram, and it was me, where is this? It was me standing like on a dirt road with my arms crossed, and I was all serious looking.
Like an album of a 90s rock band?
Yeah. Hold on, I need to change my filter.
It was April 2018, by the way.
It was.
The video. April 2018.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so if you're trying to find Javier's video on his YouTube channel, April 2018.
Oh, yeah. Just look up timeline. I think my video is the first one that pops up.
Okay, so this post that I did was August 10th, 2018. And I'm almost embarrassed. I love it, but I'm also embarrassed because I don't know. It's something about taking myself so seriously in a photo is very hard for me. But I put ambition on fleek.
Feels like your band name would be the Stone Swans or something here. Like you should have a band name up here, like in Old English.
Grew up on the wrong side of the tracks. But it, like, my audience size was obviously a lot smaller back then, but it got a lot of love. Everyone was saying strong, killing it, those
Is it
kinds
real
of things.
people or bots?
Ambition is success. No, I know these people. Cool photo, hashtag badass. So people responded really well to it, but I think it's a mix of putting sometimes photos like that where you're evoking like a strong emotion, something about like work ethic, I don't know. But it can't be too many because then it gets comical for other people. You have to be providing a lot of value. And I think it's just all about a nice mix and some variety to your posts, because once the audience knows that they feel like they're engaging with the same type of post every single time, it gets old. It gets old. I think people constantly want like surprise, but in a good way. Like, don't all of a sudden start posting random things about like a sale at Target when they're used to you talking about
True.
home.
I will say
stuff.
for YouTube though, it's once you find what works, you keep at it. But try to throw in some variety and improve as you go. Because people will not respect if you stick to the same old like camera or something.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I know we don't have very clear education when it comes to this, but hope you learn something from our conversation as we go on. If you have any questions, where can they leave those questions?
I'm going to disagree. I think this is very clearly educational.
Is it?
I'm learning so much just from listening to you.
I'm always, yeah.
But anyways, if you want to
Listen to
find
her.
us, you can find me on Instagram at Marketing for Realtors. And then Javier, what's your handle on YouTube?
My name, Javier Vidana, or on Instagram, the Javier Vidana. We have to have some way where people can message us soon.
Well, you can always message me on Instagram, and then same thing for you.
DM Shelby for any questions on the podcast. Do not
Yes.
DM me. DM Shelby. She has no DMs. She has a lot of time in her hand. I'm just kidding. She has a lot of DMs. But yes, DM one of us. We'll get back to you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. If you have
Thank
any
you.
recommendations for any future episodes, please DM us. We'll keep it clear in mind. This video is sponsored by Lizzie Hofer. She's here in spirit and in Bucks. So thank you so much for sponsoring our podcast, and have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.